In this video, we're going to be talking about what is KYC and AML, and when do you come across these things, and why do businesses have to comply with these regulatory practices. Let's get rolling and find out what is all that about. Hey everyone, Coach K here, and we're going to talk today about KYC and AML and what they are. So let's get started. So KYC, what it means is know your customer. So basically knowing who is your customer, and we're talking about money usually with KYC. So we want to know who the money is coming from, making sure that it's all good. Okay, so it's due diligence, just the same way as institution would for hiring, let's say a contractor would do their due diligence and make sure that person's legit. The exchanges and stuff want to do that as well, and banking institutions, to make sure that they're not laundering money and doing bad things, which is what anti-money laundering comes to. It's the procedures, laws, regulations around laundering of money. So basically it protects both sides. So if institutions, we've seen this in banks recently, are money laundering, that's illegal, and they will get sanctioned or charged or have penalties against them. And another side is, if you the individual are a bad actor, then you will also be barred from using that system. So that's what KYC and AML are. So why are they used for? To help them know who they are, to help suspicious people get kicked out of the network, to prevent people, like we think about ICOs last year, the Americans had to be accredited investors, so people that aren't would be not allowed to do it. So this is another reason for KYC and AML, as well as transparency. So blockchain transparency is very straightforward. It's distributed public ledgers, so you could obviously see that all the transactions are there. How does it work? Basically, you give some information like your passport, driver's license, a photo of yourself, like a selfie, sometimes with your passport photo in it as well. And they also ask you for proof of address to make sure you actually live where you say you're living. And this is so that they can make sure that they know who you are, what you are, at least at a very basic level, and make sure that there's nothing bad going on. And they send this information to a company, which will then verify you. And at that point, you will be verified. So what this looks like on different exchanges and in different places is like this. So the first thing they'll ask you is to verify your account, and they'll ask you to proceed by doing this. So first, proof of identity. So who are you? So usually that would be like a passport photo. You take a photo of your passport and send that. Then you do a selfie with your passport, so you smile so they know you have the passport and it's you. And the third thing is proof of address. So a utility bill, credit card bill, something like that, that's been sent to your house. You'll then send a copy of that, or at least of the address from there, to that exchange or that company that's doing the KYC. And then basically they take all that information, make sure it's legit, and you're good to go. What it looks like on Coinbase is like this. So like the first ID, verify your identity, you'd have like, here's your passport, driver's license, or photo ID, etc. And then you would go through the rest of those steps. And that's basically what KYC and AML look like in crypto space. We also see this probably in other places as well if you've been in banking institutions. So that's what KYC and AML is. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Coach K. See you later, guys.
Fat kiddo, fat kiddo, huge fat kiddo.